After the game, the players, the coaches are walking into the locker room. I'm down there waiting, watching with all the other reporters, and Jed is out there in the tunnel, shaking every player's hand, every coach's hand as they walk by him. Maybe he does this every week in the locker room, but I've never seen him do it outside the locker room in plain view of the media before. I thought it was interesting that he made that choice or did that inadvertently. What message do you think he was sending or got across by him doing that?
Okay, well, let's take it apart slowly. First of all, he did it in front of the media, so he wanted you to see.
I think so.
Again, I always parse these owners what their motivation is.
Mhm.
He could have done it privately in the locker room, but he
Yep.
wanted you to see it. So, what is the message he wants to get across? Iggy, sometimes you're better at this than I am because you're smarter. But let me try, and then you fill in the gaps if what I leave something behind. Okay, what's he showing? One, I'm a nice guy. I'm a good
Mhm.
guy. You know, the guy those years ago on Thanksgiving night when he put down Jim Harbaugh and his coaches for not giving a 49er effort. I've grown from that.
Mhm.
I don't, even after the team really stinks out the joint and stinks out the season. I'm a good guy and I'm positive and I'm going to shake their hands.
Yep.
So I think that's part of the message.
Yes.
It's public relations. It's a spin
It
that
was
he's trying to
self-serving to
do.
a degree, absolutely. Look how much I've grown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is he a nice man in his private life? He may be. I have no idea. I know people who know his wife and who grew up with her and think she's wonderful. And she married him. He may be a wonderful man. But I'm talking about what he did publicly. The other thing is, it seems to me he's thanking the team for its effort. You know, you just lost 35-10, but I know it was snowy and crummy out there, and I want to thank you for your effort. No, this is football.
That's a Jim Tom Sula thing to do.
It's a Jim Tom Sula. It's you don't thank for effort, you thank for winning. It's not, this is not youth baseball where everybody gets a trophy for participating. You know, with the little kids, we used to when you're 5 and 6. This is professional sports. You don't congratulate them for effort. You congratulate them for winning. And if that seems harsh, I'm sorry. Coaches get fired for not winning.
Mhm.
Chicago coach just got fired for screwing up that game. So I object to that. And I think any player worth his money on that team should object to it. No, I don't want to be praised for losing. I want to be praised when I win. I'm a I'm a performer. I'm a professional athlete. I don't need you to wipe my tush like I'm a little kid. That's
Yeah.
how I feel about it.
I agree with both of those things. Yes. I also think that he's sending the message like, look, our season isn't over. Keep your head up.
Ah,
We're not out. You know, I know we lost and it's embarrassing and it's humiliating, but we're 2 games out of first place with 5 to go. We got to keep playing. And it kind of felt like he was sort of taking the role of like leader in that moment. And not that they needed or anyone asked him to do that, but maybe he feels like if he doesn't do it, Kyle's not going to do it, or that who knows. But it seemed like all of a sudden he was in front of the media trying to put an optimistic spin on what just happened. Like, we're not dead yet. We're going to keep fighting.
okay. I hadn't had that interpretation. I like that interpretation. It's a very positive way of looking at it. And if that's what he was trying to say, God love him, because the season isn't over. They
Right.
could still possibly win that division. And if what he was trying to do was embolden them
Rally the
to
troops.
rally them, then God love him. And I can't say that he was trying to be an antidote to Shanahan. I can't say that because I'm not in his mind. But in a way, I think he is an anecdote. I'm sorry, antidote to Shanahan, because Shanahan does not seem to me like the kind of person any longer who can rally his troops. I think this season they have tuned him out. I'm not there. I can't prove it. It's my opinion. I have seen this, and I think they no longer hear him. And it happens to coaches and managers uh, frequently.
If he's saying we're not dead, trying to rally the troops. We still have a chance. That's positive. It's very positive. But it also means I'm still evaluating all of you guys. Like we can't just pack it in because because we lost a couple of games. We lost 3 games in a row. I'm evaluating each and every one of you, and I'm going to look you in the eye as I do it, and I'm going to shake your hand, and I'm evaluating your bosses. Everyone is getting evaluated, and what happens the next 5 weeks matters.
I love it. If that's what he was doing, then he was doing the right thing. And Jed, if that's what you were doing, I praise you and I applaud it.
I mean, maybe I'm projecting too much, but if I were the head coach of a team that had just lost 3 in a row, and the owner, my boss, shows up and is doing stuff that I'm supposed to be doing, shaking hands, rallying the troops, I'm nervous. This guy's losing confidence in my ability to he's doing my job now. He's over here doing my job. And he's in my workspace. I better get my stuff together.
And he's doing it in front of the media.
Yeah. Scary.
I love it. You see, you're smarter than me. You can always see what I don't see.
Real OBJ CDT says, does Kyle Shanahan preps for these elements, rain, snow during the week, wet balls, field, dipping hands in ice water, watching film, or is he just negligent? We've asked him before if he practices with wet balls, and he gives you a look like you just asked the stupidest question of all time, and then he says no. So
he says no?
Oh no, he absolutely does not practice with wet balls. Some people will like take a ball and then like have a big water bottle, and before every play, they'll just douse the ball in water, and then they'll practice. And he says he doesn't do that. It's a waste of time.
Wow.
Yeah. Andrew Powell says, Nick Wrong agrees with you because he's a Chiefs fan and seeks out critical Niners takes.
Hold on, Andrew. How could you not have critical Niners takes? Yeah. If you, at this 5-7, the way this team has played, don't have critical Niners takes, then you're a homer. You're a fan.
Yeah, at best. Corey Coleman says, who wins between AZ and Seattle this weekend? My Hawks have earned the best defense in the division now. Players have bought into McDonald now.
That's a very interesting question. Look, let's face it. Both of those teams are flawed. Mm-hmm. They are. I'm not sure either one has a really good quarterback. That includes Arizona. I don't know who's going to win that game. I have no idea who's going to win that game. I think they're both very well-coached teams. I would go so far as to say the 2 coaches, Seattle and Arizona, are the 2 best coaches in the NFC West.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick Seattle to win that game. They beat Arizona a few weeks ago. The Black Hercules says, Lowell is crushing it today. Glad to see you are feeling better. You are crushing.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Black Hercules. I'm not even taking cough drops today.
Okay, let's get into something my dad wrote about in his Substack. Go check out his Substack if you haven't. Subscribe to it.